Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
I am Mike.
And today we're going to do another episode of Reget or Regret. So Mike keeps drinking all my bottles over here, so we ended up
the problem.
We ended up with a handful of bottles over here, so we figured we would throw them out there and tell you, many people have said they like these type of episodes, so if you do, leave a comment down below. If you don't, leave a comment down below. We take everything into consideration, but we're going to start off with an oldie but goodie right here. Old Granddad Bottled in Bond. So we got this one for $25.49. Drawback is it doesn't come to Massachusetts. Good note, it does come to Connecticut. So for that price, again, it's not the best whiskey you're ever going to drink.
It's a good mixer.
But it is goddamn good, though. It really is. By itself, it doesn't do well in blinds, but when you're drinking it on your own, I just like it.
Or you're just going to do it with Coke. If that's how you drink it, it's very inexpensive. It's 100 proof. I'd say...
As an alternative to my Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, it's a relatively inexpensive.
I don't really mind. I would get this. No, I would get this on a regular basis. Yes.
I would actually. I would buy that one again, especially if it came up where I wanted to go with there. I grabbed this one on purpose next. So this is the Willet, just straight whiskey. I don't even know if it's a nope, it's a bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. We got this for $41.99,
which was on sale,
which was a steal.
Yes.
Don't buy it. That's my recommendation.
I will second that.
I'm not going to say I will never buy it again, because if enough of you pressured me into it, I would do it, and I would hate it.
We're gonna go,
but I would do it.
We'll make it we'll get something. Yes.
I kept going and back to this just to see, like, but it breaks every time. It ends up funky.
The best part of this whole is the bottle
and the first sip. Like, when you take that first little sip, you're like, maybe it's not as bad as you... No, there it is. You know what I mean? It just comes
the bottle, and then when you go to pour it, everything about
the pouring is... Don't even get me on the pouring.
No, this is not
the only reason I would love to do
another buy if you guys say we need to put
it. Only reason I'd love to buy him one is so that he can pour the first pour, so it's like glunk, 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 and then I can giggle at him.
And it sucks.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, that's what I'm saying.
It's like goo 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 goo.
So this one right here is the traditional version of Maker's Mark whiskey. We got it for $31.99. We bought this for the Battle of the Weeders, I believe. And honestly, I kept going back to this, and I was loving it. I mean, there's not a Maker's I don't like over there, to include this one. Sorry, someone just came home. So to include this one, I really actually enjoyed this version of
I would say... agreed. I don't know if we have a Maker's back there that I would not get.
The good part of this one, it's not overly oak, it's not overly anything. So if you have someone who might not like the oak or the cask strengths, this is just a delicious alternative.
The semi-downfall with this, it's like $5 to $8 more than the rest of the group.
Right, but
it's still very, very, very.
In Maker's defense, when everything went down, they went up and said, we cost more because we're worth it, is basically how they went, and that's their motto. You pay more because we're better, type of a deal. So this one right here, Old Elk in Armagnac cask finish. This was one of the ones. This was actually super fan of the channel, Steve's bottle. He had bought it. He got this for $59. That is an absolute steal.
I was going to say, I've yet to see it.
We usually, under 85 and change all the time.
Under 80 is almost like a deal for us here.
And what I will say is, if you can find it at that price all day long, and even at the 80, I still like to get another bottle of this, because we put this up against a handful of other finished ones, and they are damn good. They are
very, very good.
They're pricey, but they're very good. I apologize for the dog.
80. If you get an 80, you're still doing okay.
No, right. Those are phenomenal.
If you get it,
you get the finished ones. The only one I don't think we were a huge fan of was the Cognac, but the Sherry, the Armagnac, all the other ones were absolutely out of this world. But even a Cognac, it was good too.
Only because of Steve, we have none up here, because he bought almost every one of them.
That's right. So
we have none, but we will get another one.
And in Steve's defense, if we did buy them, there's a good chance they wouldn't be up there either, because they were that good. So this one right here is Old Forester 1910. Again, we just did this in a blind. We got it for $37.99. I know my buddy Jim is trying to get one. He finds it all the way up in northern Mass. It's like 65 and up every time he looks for it. absolutely phenomenal. One of the best double barrel whiskeys out there. The only thing I've seen it lose to so far, well, I shouldn't say that because 1920 beat it, but in my eyes, but is when we put it against the Woodford Double Oak. But this is absolutely delicious. It's 93 proof, but it drinks with so much taste and flavor. For $37, I think it's a steal. Really
it's definitely a rebuy.
Yeah.
It's nothing that you could pass by, and especially if you don't like high proof, this is a lot of flavor at 93 proof.
Yeah,
so this
exactly.
is a very, very good bottle.
Tons of flavor for very little proof. So this one right here is the Wiseman Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is the baby brother to the Kentucky Owl. We got it for $44.99. I think when we did the review, we were like, nah, not sure. But this came in a blind, and it came out hot a couple different times. It placed high in a couple blinds.
It's another one of those. It is a little pricey, but I would, if you've never had it, I would definitely get it again, or I would try it.
If I remember correctly,
I would probably get
when we cracked it. I don't think we absolutely loved it because of the price, but as it opened up, it really does carry a ton of flavor and taste.
You specs on it?
I think it was 90. Yep, 90.8. 90.8. So it's another very good low proof.
It is.
Whiskey.
It is that.
That's what it was. But it did need to open up, if I remember correctly.
It steps up a little bit in price compared to some of the others, but
if
you don't have it, I would get another one of these in a heartbeat. I was not disappointed.
No. I at first, I think when we first cracked it, I don't know if I was in love with it, but the more I kept drinking it, obviously I was in love with it because it went away. So this one right here, the very old Barton, we got this one bootleg back up to us from Kentucky. I have seen these in Connecticut also, but instead of being the $10 we got it for, they're hovering around 20 and change, a little bit more than 20. But this one happened to be the 86 proof one. They do an 80, 86, I think a 90, maybe 100, and I think there's a one. These, to me, though, for a low price bourbon, they just drink super clean, super refined, and just
it's another
just
80, 90 proof, something like that, too.
That's 86.
All right. So, and again,
$10.
If you find it for $10, $20,
right. If you're somewhere down south,
you're not going to go wrong.
And you've passed this up 100 times, and again, they have an 80, an 86, I think a 90, 100, and something else. If you can get those expressions, keep going up, because the first one was good. I like this one a little bit better. I'd love to try some of their higher expressions, but again, they don't come to mass. So,
but he's got people that travel,
right? So speaking of cheap bottles, we got this one right here. This is Quality House Old Style Bourbon. We got this for $8, and I've had quite a few of you guys that have jumped on. It's like, I just found that for like $6, and I grabbed it, and I'm like, how bad can it be? This is damn good whiskey for $8. That's all there is to it. I think it's made by Heaven Hill. It's actually just good. It's just good whiskey.
Well, again,
for that price. I mean, it's not going to win the battle of blinds or anything.
6 to 12 or 6 to 15. If you have it out and people are making drinks, people are friggin' doing shots, people are throwing this and making higher fires, whatever. How can you go wrong?
Right. I mean, I think this is an 80 proofer, but for 80 proof, it carries a good amount of flavor. So if you've got someone that's just starting into whiskey, this is perfect. Because if you want to put it on ice, you want to put it in Coke, you want to do whatever you want, you're not going to be offended.
You don't care what they do with it.
You're not going to be offended.
You're not going to steal my bookers and start making rum and Coke out of it. I mean, whiskey and Coke out of it.
But it does bring enough flavor going on there. So this one's sad. This was the last rabbit hole we had left. So we got this one. This is the Rabbit Hole Air Gold. So we got this one for $59.99. And again, this is going to go under one of the other categories that I had said before. This was good for what it was. This wasn't this was their high rye version of it, if I'm not mistaken. I think the black one was the 4 grain. This is their high rye version of it. It was good. Just Rabbit Hole's expensive. You know what I mean?
So even to back that up, I don't think you're gonna find a Rabbit Hole for $59.99
anymore.
They're like $79.99.
This is
so. Unless somebody really requests this, I don't because their proof is not there. They don't have anything extra.
Correct.
So it's they got the 4 colors. I like it. I like the design. I like everything about it.
Yeah.
But
their price tag. That's the only thing that hurts me on that one too.
And they keep going up.
Right. So if they came out with a cash strength or something new, but they don't.
Yeah, but what's that going to be? $1.50?
I know, that's the problem. Their price tag just keeps going up and up. And I did like everything except for their price tag. And every time you look, that keeps getting higher.
What's in the bottle is pretty good.
Yep.
What you got to pay for it?
Because there's so much competition out there right now.
There is,
and that's what it is.
I mean,
that's what it boils down to.
We just did an $8 bottle. And it's not. I'm not comparing the $8 bottle. No, it's not. It's very good.
But when you hit $60, you're in some stiff competition.
That's the sad part.
We just recently did, a barrel proof that would absolutely blow that away.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Last but not least, I'm not going to say good, glowy things like everyone else does about Bardstown because we can't get it here in Massachusetts. We got this bottle for $69. We did have it bootlegged up from Kentucky when we got it.
Close up here.
This was the Fusion series, so this was some of their distillate and some of the source distillate. They have the Origin series now. That's all their distillate, and they have the Discovery series. I love the fact that they're 100%. I love their bottle design. I love everything about it except for the fact that they don't bring it close enough to us that we can actually get it. I do everything about them I liked, and this was actually super good because with all these combinations of flavors, it really can. It is pricey. It is pricey, but their Origin series isn't, which is all their distillate. They actually have kept the prices down on them. But we wouldn't know that because you have to be in Kentucky to get it. You know what I mean? So I mean that's my only complaint. And the fact that I wrote to you and you haven't wrote me back, that hurts my feelings.
It's
man.
pricey.
It just hurts my feelings. But
if you're traveling and you don't have one, I guess the question would be would you get another one? And for us, yes, we would. Because we only have this one, and we would try the other.
I would love to. Well, it's three different because you have Fusion, Discovery, and you have the Origin series. So I would love to try any of the other series, 100%. So and this is, and then they have
price.
2, 3, 4.
I'm not including price because we have not seen them or done them. If we did see one, we would get it again.
Yeah.
If you've already had one, I don't know if you'd get the same one.
No, I wouldn't get that one again because they have it every year. They come out with a new one, and I 100% would try.
And I don't really regret it. But
other than Willet, I don't think there was one on the list that I actually regret buying. There's a bunch of them that I'm not 100% sure I will regret. I would get, but there's none of them that I would be like, no, I'm not rebuying it. You know what I mean?
It's kind of funny, or not even funny, really. But you're right. As much as I wanted that bottle of Willet.
He wanted that bottle of Willet too. I can't tell you how many times he kept saying, "We got to get one. We got to get one," and I kept going, "Yeah, no," because that rye hurts me. Well, you did even to this day. That rye hurts me. You know what I mean? So,
and you did a shot of that. I didn't.
Yeah, and I did a shot of it. So it's just I don't know. It's funky.
It didn't hold up.
There you go. If you agree or disagree with anything we say, leave a comment down below. Again, if you do like them, don't like them, leave a comment. We do like hearing from everyone. Yeah. So. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Subscribe.